Every day, cameras capture people acting in ways that just don't seem human. Behaving unnaturally, standing still for hours.
Wait, she's not moving at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Or talking to no one.
All of us know each other.
Something feels deeply off. What is actually happening to them? Watch closely.
I don't know right now.
Because the next strange person caught on camera
1, 2, do it. What the what? No.
might not be as far away as you think. In the heart of New York City in 2025, a tourist stumbled upon something that felt straight out of a strange dream. A group of people stood motionless in the middle of the street, their movements oddly mechanical, like they were on autopilot. Confused, the tourist pulled out a phone and started recording. When the clip went online, people couldn't stop talking. Some said it looked like a trance. Others joked about mind control or a glitch in reality. Whatever it was, no one could explain why those people looked so detached, like their minds were somewhere else entirely. Church disturbance. During a quiet ceremony inside a church in Romania, something unexpected unfolded. A woman's face began shifting in unnatural ways, her expression twisting as if her features were struggling against themselves. The strangest part wasn't her, it was the crowd. No one screamed, no one helped, no one even moved. They just kept watching silently, almost like they couldn't see what was happening. The recording spread online soon after, and people everywhere questioned if it was real or something far more eerie hiding behind calm faces. Eerie interview.
What are your friends saying when they see you on TV?
I don't know right now.
During a short TV interview, 5-year-old Hudson Hinckley sat beside his father, answering questions with a calm, polite smile. But something about their interaction unsettled viewers. Every time the child spoke, his father's lips moved too, almost like he was silently repeating each word. Their expressions were blank, synchronized, and strangely controlled. The clip went viral, with viewers calling it one of the most unnerving interviews ever recorded. Some said it looked rehearsed, others said it didn't look human at all, just two faces locked in perfect, unnatural sync.
Looks like they're both reading from the same script or teleprompter.
I want to be a good senator.
Really?
The healing.
Will come out of this wheelchair.
Inside Dunamis International Gospel Center, a man in a wheelchair was brought forward during a prayer session. Pastor Paul Inin placed his hand on the man's head, and within seconds, the atmosphere in the room changed. The man's body began trembling, his face tense, as if something powerful was leaving him. The pastor's voice grew firm as he commanded that presence to go. Then suddenly, silence. The man's body relaxed, his hands steadied, and to everyone's shock, he stood up and began to walk. The crowd erupted with emotion, unable to believe what they had just witnessed. Street glitch. Someone filmed a man in the middle of the street in 2023, behaving in a way that made no sense at all. His body moved out of rhythm, his eyes unfocused, as if reality itself had slipped away from him. People nearby tried to make sense of it, comparing it to the strange behaviors seen during tense pandemic years. But this one felt different, like he wasn't just confused, but caught between awareness and something else entirely. Watching it leaves a chill that's hard to shake. Strange behavior. A video from Houston showed a woman moving in a way that didn't seem natural at all. Her body looked stiff, her steps uncertain, almost like she wasn't fully in control of herself. What made this even more alarming was that similar clips have been showing up across major cities: New York, Los Angeles, and now Houston. The patterns are hard to ignore. People moving oddly, their focus gone, their bodies reacting like they're being controlled by something unseen. It's making many think that something deeper is really happening to us. Talking to no one.
No, trade for a group. Holy fuck, man. All of us know each other.
In New York, a man was caught on camera having a full-on conversation with absolutely no one around. At first, it seemed like he might be wearing earphones or talking on a call, but when people looked closer, he wasn't. He was just standing there, replying, laughing, pausing, as if another person was right beside him. His gestures matched a normal discussion, yet he was completely alone. No one knows if he was lost in his own world or seeing something others couldn't. Whatever it was, it didn't look like simple daydreaming.
Why is there?
Wall walker. The video starts with a woman standing close to a wall, and then she starts climbing it. Her body seems to defy gravity, her feet pressing firmly against the surface as if the laws of physics no longer apply. For a moment, it looks like a camera trick, but the angle stays steady and her movements are real. Watching her, you can't help but question how a human could move like that. Maybe it's just a rare skill, or maybe she's something we can't quite explain yet. Frozen man.
Mine, bud, sharpest, mate.
In Scotland, a passerby recorded something that left everyone puzzled. On the side of a quiet road stood a man, frozen in one position, not moving an inch. His beanie made it hard to see his face, and he didn't react to anyone passing by. Moments later, as a car approached, it became clear he wasn't standing by the road, but right in the middle of a curve, completely still. Even if this was some kind of act, holding a pose that long is nearly impossible. The entire scene felt unreal, like reality itself had briefly glitched. Floating moment. A woman returning home one evening captured something she couldn't believe herself. As she reached her doorway, her body suddenly lifted off the ground for a brief moment, as if gravity had lost its hold. She later uploaded the clip online, and it quickly spread. Some said it must have been an illusion or a camera trick, but others were convinced it was something paranormal. The house looked perfectly normal from the outside, yet that one strange moment made everyone wonder if something unseen was at play inside. Park encounter. A man walking through a park in South Korea noticed a woman sitting alone on a bench. Thinking she might need help, he walked closer, but as soon as she looked up, her face changed into something unsettling. Her expression grew darker, and her movements became unpredictable. Without warning, she stood and began chasing him. The man froze for a moment before stepping back, unsure if she was in distress or under some strange influence. He didn't dare turn his back on her, slowly moving away while keeping his eyes locked on her until he was safely out of reach. Strange moment. During an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Miley Cyrus was in her usual playful mood, laughing and joining in on the games. But then, a short moment caught viewers off guard. She suddenly stuck out her tongue and made a strange gesture that didn't look like part of the act. It felt off, like something inside her shifted for a second. Most people in the studio didn't even notice, but when the clip reached the internet, fans started replaying that moment, saying that something about her expression didn't seem normal. Eye trick.
1,
Yes, good.
2, do it. What the what? No.
This group of friends was sitting together when one woman decided to show them something unbelievable. She looked straight into the camera, and right before their eyes, the shape of her pupils began to change. It wasn't a filter or trick. It happened in real time. Her friends immediately reacted, shocked and speechless, as her eyes shifted between shapes that didn't even look human. Most people have seen colored contact lenses or lighting effects, but this was different. Watching it, you can't help but feel that maybe not everything about her is ordinary.
Are you joking right now? Are you joking right now? How are you doing that with your eyes?
Zombie clip. Another video from New York raised even more questions. It showed a man walking aimlessly with a blank stare, his body stiff, movements heavy and slow. The footage quickly got labeled as a real-life zombie sighting online. Some said he might have been sick or under the influence, while others thought it looked too strange to be ordinary. Whatever it was, people who saw that clip agreed. Something about it didn't feel right at all. Roadside figure. On a busy road in broad daylight, drivers began slowing down after spotting a strange figure walking ahead. The person's body moved unnaturally, slow, stiff, and twisted, like every joint resisted movement. Cars crept by cautiously as people watched in silence, unsure what they were seeing. The sight looked more like a scene from a movie than real life, and those who witnessed it said the image stayed in their minds long after they drove away. Subway crawl. In the New York City subway, commuters were met with a scene straight out of a nightmare. A man was filmed crawling slowly across the floor, his body moving in an eerie, broken rhythm. His arms and legs bent oddly as he dragged himself forward, while everyone nearby quietly stepped back. No one spoke, no one intervened. The silence made it even more chilling. The clip spread online as people questioned what could make someone move like that. In the underground, it seems, normal rules don't always apply. Subway incident.
Yo, Popo! Hey! Mister!
Commuters in New York were stunned when a man suddenly lay down across the subway tracks and refused to move. Trains stopped instantly, alarms blared, and officers rushed in to pull him out safely. No one could figure out why he did it. He didn't speak, didn't react, just stared blankly ahead. For locals, moments like this have become unsettlingly common. Yet this one left everyone wondering what could cause someone to act disconnected from everything around them.
Get up! Get up! You're in the train track!
Festival ritual. Outside the Woodsville sales office in India, a group of women stood in a line, sticking out their tongues and letting out sharp, echoing sounds that filled the street. At first glance, it looked chaotic, even unsettling to watch. But as it turned out, this was part of a traditional ritual, something meant to drive away negative energy and bring protection to the community. What seemed like random, strange behavior was actually a cultural tradition passed down for centuries. Many viewers later explained in the comments that it wasn't madness, it was meaning. Hidden guest. At the United Nations, where world leaders gather to shape global decisions, something strange was said to have happened last year. Among the crowd of powerful figures, a dark, unidentified presence was spotted, someone the cameras never captured. Later, a leaked video appeared online, showing a mysterious figure sitting quietly among officials. Its face was completely blurred, without any clear features, almost as if it wasn't human at all. Some believe it wasn't a random guest, but someone connected to secret societies, a silent observer watching the ones who make the rules for the world. Unstable patient. Doctors thought it was just another medical case, a young man brought in by his worried parents after falling ill. But when they tried to help him, something went terribly off. His body began to jerk in sharp, unnatural movements, his strength far beyond what anyone expected. Nurses struggled to hold him down, but he kept breaking free as if driven by something unseen. His eyes were wide open, his face locked in tension, and he bounced against the bed in a strange rhythm that made everyone step back. The staff managed to restrain him, but no one could agree on what they had just witnessed, a rare condition or something that defied explanation. Midnight visitor. It was past midnight when a faint knock was heard through a quiet neighborhood home. The residents didn't open the door, assuming it was a mistake. But the next morning, when they checked their door camera, they found something disturbing. A woman was standing at the door, moving oddly, her head twitching and tilting in ways that didn't look normal. At one point, she even tried to look through the door's glass pane before suddenly walking away. She never came back. All that was left behind was that chilling footage, now replayed thousands of times online by people trying to make sense of it. Weird man. In a small area of California, locals witnessed a man standing motionless in the middle of the street. His entire face was covered, and he held a rope tied to a brick as if frozen mid-action. It looked like he had tried to pull it, but then stopped completely, stuck in that same position for several minutes. People gathered quietly around, unsure if he was performing or in some sort of trance. The sight was so unusual that even the wind and noise around him seemed to fade, as though time itself had paused just for him. Barking homeowner. In Brighton, 2 men tried to break into a parked car late at night, unaware that the homeowner was watching from inside. Moments later, he burst out of the house, shouting and running toward them. But what scared the intruders most wasn't his yelling. It was the strange barking noises he started making as he charged. The sudden sound threw them off completely, and they ran off without looking back. The CCTV clip went viral, leaving viewers divided. Some called his reaction odd, others thought it was brilliant. Either way, it worked. The car stayed right where it was. Eye glitch. Something about that 2022 interview with Katy Perry didn't sit right with people. While she was speaking to reporters, one of her eyes suddenly blinked on its own, completely out of sync, almost like a brief glitch. She brushed it off later, saying it was just a muscle twitch. But fans online weren't convinced. The clip became a huge topic of discussion, with many pointing out how calm she seemed right after it happened. Some said it was harmless. Others hinted it might be a small peek into something deeper behind her fame. Either way, that moment still feels strange to watch. Switch on stage. During the 2021 BET Awards, Beyoncé gave a performance that everyone called electric. The crowd was on their feet, the energy high, until something changed. Mid-performance, her expressions and movements shifted suddenly. Her dance became unusually sharp and fast, almost like her rhythm had been overtaken by something else. It lasted just a few seconds, but long enough for people to notice. Later, when viewers replayed the footage, they couldn't agree on what they saw. Pure performance energy or something that didn't quite feel human. Robotic lifeguard.
Everything you goddamn think you see is real.
At a public pool, a family filmed a lifeguard whose movements caught everyone's eye. Her head kept moving side to side in a steady, precise rhythm, scanning every corner of the pool like a motion sensor. Online, people joked that she was part robot, but later, experts explained it was something called Headless scanning, a strict lifeguard training method meant to keep swimmers safe. Even with that explanation, the clip still feels oddly mechanical. Her focus never broke, her gaze never softened, almost like she was running on perfect programming.
She got eyes behind her lens, behind her eyeball.
Extra hand. During an official event with the Saudi royal family, cameras caught something unusual. As the king waved to the crowd, his hand seemed off. For a brief moment, it looked like there was an extra shape behind it, like a second hand overlapping his. The footage spread quickly, and people started connecting it to other odd clips of world leaders. Some brushed it off as a camera glitch, but others believed it hinted at something deeper. The idea that real power might not always be entirely human. Gate climber. A short video on Instagram left people unsettled. It showed a man scaling a tall metal gate with unnatural smoothness, moving faster than anyone thought possible. There was no clear context, no sound, no backstory, no one who recognized him. He climbed over effortlessly and vanished out of frame. Viewers kept replaying the clip, trying to figure out if it was edited or real. But the strangest part wasn't the speed, it was how his movements looked almost too controlled, as if he'd done it many times before. Matrix woman. This YouTuber was interviewing people on the street, asking them about the Matrix. Just casual talk for his channel. But then he met a woman who instantly stood out. Something about her felt off, like she wasn't fully aware of where she was. When he mentioned the Matrix, she stared blankly, completely lost. But the moment he said the word reptilian, her behavior changed. She went silent, eyes darting, refusing to say another word. The clip ends with her walking away quickly, leaving the YouTuber and his viewers wondering who she really was and what she knew.
It's another reptile. Are you a reptilian?
I'm anointed.
You're anointed?
Yes, I'm.
Headless walker. In a quiet street in Malaysia, a passerby captured something that didn't make sense. A man walking calmly down the road, with no visible head. He moved naturally, even turned slightly, as if nothing was wrong. People nearby barely reacted, like they couldn't even see what was happening. The video isn't blurry or distorted, and there's no clear sign of editing. That's what makes it so unsettling. Whether it was a strange camera trick or something beyond explanation, that headless figure left everyone staring at their screens in disbelief. Reptilian guards. At a high-profile event in Texas, a woman arrived surrounded by 2 massive bodyguards. At first, they just looked like professional security, until viewers noticed something strange about their faces. Their features seemed stretched, their eyes unusually sharp, almost reptile-like. They didn't speak or move much, just stood still, scanning the crowd with unnatural focus. It's hard to tell if it was just bad lighting or something else, but the clip spread fast online. Many began wondering if these weren't ordinary guards, but something far stranger standing among us. Elevator incident. CCTV cameras inside an elevator caught a moment that made viewers uneasy. A woman entered, checked her reflection like anyone would, and pressed a button. A few seconds later, her body jerked sharply, as if someone invisible had grabbed her. She swatted the air, backing into the corner in panic, but no one else was there. When the doors opened, she quickly stepped out, looking shaken. Security confirmed no one entered or left during that time. It's one of those clips that makes you question what she really saw in that small space. Frozen woman. A couple walking through a parking lot noticed something unusual. A woman stood near a car, completely still, not blinking, not moving, frozen in place like time had stopped for her. People around continued walking, completely unaware. She stayed like that for several seconds before suddenly resuming motion, adjusting her hair, and walking off as if nothing had happened. The couple caught it on camera, confused and speechless. The video ends abruptly, leaving everyone guessing. Was it a human glitch or something beyond what we understand? Roadside girl. In China, a driver's dashcam caught something deeply unsettling. A young girl suddenly appeared in front of his car, blocking the way. Her body moved strangely, stiff 1 second, then twisting unnaturally the next. She didn't say a word, just stood there staring blankly, her eyes empty yet intense. The driver froze, unsure what to do as her behavior grew more disturbing. The short clip spread online, with many saying her movements didn't look human at all. Others believed she might have been under some strange influence. Whatever the case, that encounter left everyone uneasy. Road encounter. Late one night, while driving past open fields, a man noticed someone stepping out from the dark right onto the road. Thinking it might be someone needing help, he slowed down. But as the figure got closer, things turned offbeat. Its face seemed blurred, movement strange, and the whole presence just didn't feel right. Suddenly, the person lunged toward his car, forcing him to hit the gas and escape. He later described the moment as unreal, like something out of a nightmare. Some viewers think it was a masked attacker, others say it didn't even look fully human. Clone claim. In 2019, American rapper Kid Buu made a bold statement. He said he had a clone. No one took it seriously until he went live on Instagram. During the stream, another man appeared beside him, looking exactly the same. Identical face, same tattoos, same voice. Viewers couldn't believe what they were seeing. While many said it was just a split-screen trick, others pointed out that live effects like that weren't common back then. Soon after, his career faded fast, and he stopped talking about it. Some still think he might have revealed something he wasn't supposed to. Strange interview. During a 2011 Ukrainian TV interview, a local book writer was calmly answering questions when something strange happened. Mid-sentence, she suddenly froze, eyes locked in one direction, face blank. For a brief moment, her pupils seemed to shift, showing a faint reptile-like pattern. Viewers caught it instantly and flooded the internet with theories. Many believed she was somehow linked to the Reptilian Society often mentioned in conspiracy circles. Not long after the rumors spread, she quietly moved to Russia and never appeared in the public eye again. Man in Black. Security footage from an office lobby shows a man dressed entirely in black approaching the front desk. He spoke briefly to the woman there. At first, she seemed annoyed, but within seconds, her face went blank, almost like she'd fallen under a trance. Without hesitation, she left her desk and followed him out of the building. The strange part? His facial features matched the same reptilian look seen in a few high-profile security clips. Viewers say he didn't seem ordinary, and the woman who walked away with him, she was never seen at that job again. Ratman. One afternoon in New York, people spotted a man dressed head to toe in a giant rat costume wandering the streets. He carried a bag and silently offered something to random passers-by. No one knew what was inside. Some people laughed nervously and kept walking, while others quickly crossed the street to avoid him. Whatever his reason, his quiet presence turned an ordinary day into something that felt straight out of a strange dream. Subway shower. Commuters were caught off guard when a young woman stepped into a subway train carrying a full bathtub. Without saying a word, she set it down and began showering right there, in the middle of the ride. The passengers just watched, silent, motionless, unsure if they should laugh or leave. Cameras recorded everything, but no one stopped her. It was as if moments like this had become part of city life, strange, yet oddly accepted. Stuck man. One early morning, people waiting for the subway suddenly noticed a man standing on the platform in a perfect T-pose. He didn't blink, didn't move, and didn't react to anyone walking past. For several minutes, he stayed completely still, eyes locked straight ahead. The longer he stood there, the more eerie it felt, like time itself had paused only for him. Even the sound of the arriving train couldn't break the moment. Trumpet disruption.
Stop! How dare you! I'm a beatbox down!
In Manhattan's Village, a street musician was entertaining a small crowd with his trumpet when the calm suddenly shifted. A man from the crowd stepped forward, shouting at the performer, accusing him of disrespecting real artists. People weren't sure if it was staged or real, but the tension in his voice felt genuine. The crowd fell silent as he kept yelling, his frustration echoing across the street, turning a peaceful performance into a scene no one expected.
Who the hell do you think you are? You any kind of artist? Anybody know who you are?
Eerie talker. At a small diner in Bakersfield, California, a man sat alone in a booth, talking and reacting as if someone invisible was sitting across from him. His expressions changed, smiling one moment, angry the next. Yet no one was there. The cameraman who filmed it said the whole place went quiet watching him. When the footage went online, people were split. Some thought it was supernatural, while others believed it was a sign of something deeply personal. Brooklyn encounter.
This has never happened to me in my life.
A man in Brooklyn was driving home late at night when a stranger suddenly stepped into his path. The man slowed down, thinking he might need help, but the stranger's movements turned odd, slow, jerky, and unsettling. As he got closer, his eyes seemed vacant, his body tense, almost as if he wasn't in control of himself. The driver panicked, trying to pull away, but the figure kept following until the police arrived. Even then, the driver couldn't shake off what he had just seen. Pizza rat. In the New York subway, commuters couldn't believe their eyes when a man dressed in a full rat costume started dragging a huge pizza slice up the station stairs. The moment felt oddly familiar, part street act, part deja vu, as people realized the famous pizza rat meme had somehow come to life again. Phones came out instantly, laughter mixed with confusion, and for a few seconds, reality looked like a replay from the internet. Subway outburst.
Come on, man. Why are you doing that out, huh?
A packed subway car turned tense when one passenger suddenly began shouting at strangers. His anger came out of nowhere, his voice echoing through the train. Riders froze, unsure what to do, until he abruptly stormed off at the next stop, like nothing had happened. Within moments, everything went back to normal. Just another unpredictable scene in the city that never really rests. Uninvited dance. During an ordinary subway ride, a man suddenly got up and started dancing in the middle of the car. His moves were wild and unpredictable, swinging between energy and chaos. No one clapped, no one joined in. They just watched quietly, unsure if he was performing or losing control. The sound of the moving train mixed with his rhythm, creating a moment that felt strange, awkward, and hard to forget. Political imitation. In the middle of the city, a man dressed as Donald Trump walked through the crowd, wearing hospital clothes and pushing a fake IV stand. People stopped in confusion, not sure if it was a protest, a joke, or something entirely different. Some laughed, some filmed, and others just stared. For a brief moment, politics, humor, and performance art all blended together in one strange piece of street theater. Upside down musician. In a quiet park, a man hung upside down from a tree, calmly playing a trumpet. His posture never changed, his focus never broke. People gathered around in silence, trying to make sense of it. There was no explanation, no tip jar, no words, just him and the sound of the instrument echoing through the air. The whole thing felt more like a ritual than a performance, leaving everyone unsure what they had just witnessed. Now, let's move on to today's open discussion. A TikTok video uploaded on April 30th, 2025 by Annabelle Soberat captured what looked like a spiritual ritual in a local park. Two men were holding on to a woman who appeared completely disconnected from her surroundings, her emotions uncontrollable, her eyes lost. The men were chanting softly, trying to bring her back. This kind of ritual is not rare. It's often seen in South Asian countries, where people gather to protect themselves from dark influences. Toward the end of the clip, the woman seemed calmer, her breathing even, as if she had finally come back to herself. Have you guys ever seen something like this? If yes, then do share your experiences in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming amazing videos.